didn't realize this till later, but my heart was starting to harden. I was so angry at God. I remember just thinking like, why I'm even a disciple, like, but every day God was there with me though. And he was rooting for me. And through those people, he was showing me like, dude, this is the exact reason why I died for you. Hey, what's up? My name is Victor Moreno. One of my biggest prayers was that I can get into college on a full ride scholarship. Like, I'm an immigrant, so there's really not much money that comes to help us when it comes to schooling. The other thing is no one in my family has ever been to college. Like, so I was like, oh dude, like, God, like, this is my chance to break that chain, you know, in my family. I was praying this prayer of me getting into college and, you know, doing these things, these big things for God and for my family. And it happened. Like I got a full, dude, I was literally getting paid to go to school. Like I was getting paid like 2 G's on top of my tuition to go to school. It was awesome. I'm like, God, like, you totally blessed my family. You blessed me. This is amazing. I love you, God. That first semester of college, here comes, and, you know, things get a little, there's some turbulence, you can say. I started liking this girl, you know, she's a Christian. And so instead of God being the focal point of my life, it became her. And really what that meant is it became myself. Like I idolized what I wanted, you know, and that was to just be impure physically and spiritually. And little by little, like, God was just being removed from the picture, and it's not honoring her the way God wants me to. You know, it was built on lies. It was built on deceit. I remember during that time, I was lying to everyone. Greg, who was like the minister of our college ministry at the time, but who was also like a big brother and had taken me under his wing since I was like in high school, I had been lying to him. This is like the third, fourth time I've already been lying to him. I've been lying to him the last couple of months, and went against everything he ever advised me. And that was at that point where I had completely like left God. Like I was like doing everything God told me not to do. I literally stopped caring for school, and my GPA did not meet that requirement that they asked me for. And like 2 weeks into the summer, I got an email saying like, you have been disqualified from the school. And the scholarship people were like, hey, we're gonna have to like pull you back the scholarship. I had to tell my parents I got kicked out of college and I lost my full ride scholarship. I had given this chance to change the legacy of my family, and I literally threw it all away for the sake of my own pleasures. I got into really bad depression. Like, there was this like anger towards me, you know, and towards God that I had. But I remember saying like, God, I miss you. Like, I just miss you so much, God. And I know that you're still willing to listen to me even though I'm doing everything you tell me not to. But I just miss you so much. And I felt so bad because I took her there as the man of God and the leader I'm supposed to be. Like, I took her there and now I dipped. And that just added to my guilt, you know, because now it affected her relationship with God. And so I pulled back. I'm like, I want to go back to God. And that's what happened. Like, we broke up. I was sitting there and I'm crying, but I knew there was a craving for God in me. Because if I didn't care, like, then I wouldn't have cared of like hiding it. And I think sometimes like it's cool. I feel like God is loving enough to pick up on that. Like, even though you're doing everything he wants, he recognizes like, man, I know deep down, like, there's still a portion of you that loves me, and that's what I'm fighting for. And I found the strength in me at the time to just get open. Later that week, I ended up meeting up with Greg. And I told him, everything that happened. And his biggest thing was just like, for sure, man, what can I do to help you get better? Like, that's what you're concerned about, not what I did. He was still desiring for me to reconcile with God. It made me feel super unworthy, but also really hopeful. Like, you know what? I guess I can do this. I guess I can come back to God. And I'm grateful because it gave me the hope I needed to keep going. And one of the biggest things that I think made me realize that God truly does not give up on us was my school situation. They don't allow you to submit an appeal if your GPA is below a 1.5. The second semester, I got like really bad grades again, so I dropped to like a 1.2. I'm like, freak, man, like I might as well, you know? I was like, I'm gonna submit this, God, and they read it, cool. If not, I understand. And then literally the Sunday before the following semester started of my sophomore year, I was like at the grocery store or something. I got an email and they were like, hey, listen, we want to give you another chance this semester to come back to school and try again. I was so happy, dude. I was ecstatic, man. I literally texted everybody. I texted Greg. I remember texting Greg and I was like, Greg, bro, I sent him a screenshot. I'm like, bro, they took me back in. And he said, bro, God's not done with you, bro. I'm graduating in a couple months, and it's just crazy to think about it. Like, that was only God. Like, it's like for that people to have been accepted, those grades that have came in the way they did, like the classes I got, like only God could have ordained that. And He has shown me time after time, like, and even when I have fallen, you're still valuable. We go through a lot of things that make us feel like we're not worth it, like we're not valuable, and that's all Satan. But it takes faith to believe that, you know? And I think that's what I had. Like, I'm like, okay, God, this happened, but I'm gonna believe you that I'm still valuable. And I did, and I took him up on that. And yeah, it's a hard concept to believe sometimes, but when you do, it's amazing. And sometimes you have to believe it again and again, yeah. My name is Victor Moreno, and I am worthy.